Hey, good evening or good afternoon, depending upon where you are, and welcome to Bourbon Neophyte. Glad to see everybody here and stopping in for this early edition for me. Perfect time for you East Coasters, but I am glad you all took the time to just pop over here, say hi, smash that like button, all that good stuff. But so today is going to be more of a bullshitting day. I know you're going to find it hard to believe on this channel. Well, hey, what can I say? Yes, it is. I'm going to jump into a few things, but first of all, the most important thing is to see who's all here and say hi. Oh my gosh, I did see Zen Boot in there. Really appreciate it, man. Thanks for popping in, Ben. Cheers. Oh, yes. Top dog. Dude, I see that you've been taking care of Big Vic, watching all those posts you guys have been putting up there. Kind of jealous. Wish I could have got some of those sips, but looked like a great, great time. Mr. Morgan, always great to see you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you taking the time to stop in here and say hi. Sugar Kitty, cheers as always. It's always a great stream when you stick your head in here. Appreciate it. Stacy, thank you. Thank you for the plug on your channel. Really did enjoy seeing Brian on your channel. It was nice to have him. It was a good show. I was kind of lurking as I was getting stuff set up and just taking care of a few housekeeping issues before the stream, but was a really good stream. Liked it, enjoyed listening to it, and I think he's a great co-host to have. That's for sure. Brian, cheers, man. Thank you for sticking your head in here. Always appreciate it. And then there's another legend right here. Eric, cheers, man. Saw that post that you had put up with everybody there. Really nice when a group of people like that get together and you can just sit and chat in person. Really a great time. Great time. There is no doubt about it. James, yes, you were talking about barrel and dovetail. So I don't have dovetail. However, I do have a couple of barrel products to which I am fond of. And being that you mentioned it, let me just bring these up here and then I'll get into the monologue of the afternoon and, for me, evening for others. But two, James, that I really like, and this one in particular is last year, so 2023 release for New Year's. I really enjoyed it, and I purposely haven't been touching it, not because it's not good. It's because that I really do enjoy this particular one, and this just isn't. This definitely isn't. They make it once a year, so 2024 for some reason flew off the shelf out here. Flew. I mean, it's like I knew they were there. I did procrastinate maybe a week or two. I'm going to say 2 weeks tops, but anyway, and they flew off the shelf. Never tried it. Don't know why, but only one reason why they fly off the shelf is because they're good. The second one is this one, and this is a Total Wine pick that was released in 16. Okay. But what happened was, and I just got this, well, in 2023. So they lost a case in their warehouse. I happened to be at the right place at the right time. And I have one of the people that work there is a friend. I've gotten to know him over the years, and I'm not saying that I have exchanged any samples with him, but he immediately picked this up and put it in my hand and said, "You will leave with this." And then he explained to me what it was. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So the barrel on this from barrel is barrel number 2. Barrel number 2. It is an 8-year, 6-month-old coming in at 123.5 proof. So 61.75 ABV. This thing is terrific. I mean, it is God, is it so good. And between one or the other, and because you mentioned it, James, I'm going to do a pour of this. And remember, I did a stream a little while back about bottles that we do love, we like, but for some reason we've just pushed them back on our shelves. And so I brought out some Bardstowns a few weeks ago that I just, for no apparent reason, just kept going to other things because we always buy other bottles and open them and start drinking them. And then, of course, they get replaced by another and another and another. So, hence that being said, I think tonight I'm going to bring out these barrels and I'm going to make myself a little pour here because Mr. Morgan asked about that. And I said, you know what? That's it. And you know what I'm going to start with? Hold on. I got to look at the ABV. 113. Yeah, we're going to start off with the New Year's from 2023 at 113 proof. And I'm going to crack that just because Mr. Morgan asked so nicely. But first of all, I see someone else pop in here. I have to get the bachelor here. Hey, Mr. Whiskey Sitch, cheers. The other reason why I'm going on earlier is because there's going to be a hell of an extravaganza on Livewire Whiskey, and nobody wants to miss it. And if they want to stream past 9 o'clock, I don't want to get in their way. So another reason why I did the earlier edition after Stacy 4-Leaf Whiskey was because there's going to be one heck of an extravaganza on Livewire Whiskey, and nobody should miss it. So make sure after I'm done, you all get over there and watch that thing, smash that like button, and tell Adam, congratulations. Cheers, brother. And then, of course, Tater Dom popped in here. So cheers. And then I also saw another one, Cooler Runnings in there. So cheers. And then Paul Biking Bourbon. Cheers, man. Thank you for coming in here, smashing that like button. Really do appreciate it. Saying hi to everybody. It's always a terrific time. And not to mention, John, cheers, brother. So let me get this poured. Thanks for all popping in there, smashing that like button and saying hey. So let me pour just a little something in this glass. God, I love the nose on that. And this thing, they've got distillate from all over in this. From Tennessee, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Wyoming, New York, Texas, and Maryland. So it is a hodgepodge of booze in here. So let me just set that over there. But let me just say, everybody that's got something in your glass, be it whiskey, be it beer, be it wine, or be it water, raise a glass to Mr. Whiskey Shits and say congratulations. Cheers, man. Wish you well. Looking forward to popping in on that bachelor party tonight. So this is to you and the future missus. Cheers, brother. Absolutely. Damn. That's good. And what scares me is I think the prominent whiskey in here is Tennessee. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very first one listed was Tennessee. But you know what? I don't get that. If it is Dickel, I'm not getting that minerality on it at all. So, wow. Really, that to me is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, anyway, perfect time. And then, oh, look at this right here. I knew. I was just going to say, I swear, where's Z-Man? Poof. There he is. Cheers, brother. Always great to see you pop in here. That's for sure. But so really, this is a shout out to you people for tonight. And is what I want to talk about. The subscribers. And what you do not only for me, but for this channel here. Truthfully, and I mean it. I'm not a big time person. I'm not like Livewire Whiskey. That's for sure. You know, all their 100 subs. I mean, come on. They are a legend in their own minds. I mean, in this time. Sorry. Didn't mean to say it that way. It came out wrong. But anyway, you know, today I had the pleasure of meeting one of the subscribers who happened to pop in here. And you all know him. I'm going to hold this bag up, and I wonder if you all can guess who it may be. I don't know if this gives it away or not, But I got to spend a few hours with Jonathan today. And let me just say, what a pleasant person. What a good-spirited person that he is, truthfully. We had breakfast this morning, talked for a good 3 hours at the restaurant. I mean, from apples to zucchini, it didn't make a difference. And one thing I've noticed about you all, particularly when I meet you in person, we've talked for years now, either on the stream or in chat. And when I have actually met some of you in person and we strike up our conversation, it is like we have known each other for years. It's like the conversation picks up where we left off the last time we spoke. And I mean, we chatted like we were friends all of our lives. And that has always been the experience with me when I have met other whiskey tube people or people that share a love for this spirit like we all do. Oh, here we go. Mr. McDonald. Cheers, man. Appreciate you coming here. Really, really. Yeah. Grandpa, I knew you might be here. So, I wanted to make sure that I looked appropriate on Sunday because it is an early edition here. And I put the hat on so it matches the tie. I figured you would appreciate it. So thank you for popping in, smashing that like button, and saying hello to everybody. Let me go down in the chat. If I missed something, somebody draw it to my attention. So I apologize. But I got to say, I knew Chris would show up. Cheers, brother. Nice to see you. Appreciate it. Holy smokes, Bourbon Baller. Cheers. Thanks for popping in, smashing that like button too, coming in, saying hi to everybody. Honestly. No eggplant. I knew I saw that somewhere. So I'm like, where did that come up? Where did that go? I went too fast. Yeah. No eggplant. No eggplant. However, we did talk pasta and sauce, believe it or not. Yes, we did. But really, so the generosity of you all, and I've said this more than 3 or 4 times, is amazing. So, of course, and this bag is full. And I knew he was bringing a few little goodies to drop off to me. But here's the bag of goodies right here. And I don't know what's in here. I didn't open it. So this is kind of like a live unboxing, opening, whatever. Oh, Gert, cheers, man. So funny thing, I can't remember where, but I had another discussion with a gentleman from South Africa about 4 or 5 days ago on a Zoom meetup for pipe tobacco and different things. And Lord, I cannot remember exactly where he's from down there. But anyway, lovely gentleman, really good to talk to, and thought of you, but darn it, I just can't remember where. And if I say it, you go, oh yeah, I know where that is. But anyway, thank you for popping in there, man. Appreciate you. But there you go. Cool running. Hope I didn't miss you. So cheers, brother. Appreciate you. I kept seeing you on there and saying, did I highlight you? Did I highlight you? Did I call you out? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. So I have to open this up because, I mean, it's like a bag in a bag in a bag. There's no doubt, Gert. No doubt. I mean, really good conversationalist, just sitting back, talking, believe it or not, whiskey, tobacco, cigars. I hate to say politics, but of course, sometimes that pops into play. But it was terrific. Holy smokes. They're like presents. I mean, you talk about wrapped with care and love here, people. This is no joke. I told you I didn't open this, so I have no idea what they are. And it doesn't smell like anything is leaking. So that's a good thing that he really kept it tight on the plane. So let me see what's in here because I have no clue. So you guys are going to get a treat just like I am. Okay. So this one says sample 3 with a question mark. So apparently it's a blind flight, or going to be. He didn't mention that to me, but okay. Okay. I should make sure there's nothing in this special wrapping all the way from Massachusetts. All right, let's throw that on the ground. I'll step on it later. So I'm sure there's some type of key then. Let me look, see what it says here. Although I remember that he was wrapping stuff up for me. Okay. I'm sample 2. And it's like I don't know if you can catch this, if it'll show it, but can you see the tape on that sucker? He was determined not a drop would be spilled on that 2,500-mile flight from the East Coast all the way over here last night. That's for sure. Amazing. I don't know if I've seen anybody tape something up like that before. Not that it's a bad thing. You don't want to lose any of that. Let me see what else is in here. Oh, smokes. Let's see. Sample 4. I'm close. Pretty much the same thing. Put that down. So I have an idea that that's what he did, and he made a note so he doesn't have to write everything down. That's what I'm thinking. Because he didn't mention that he wanted me to do a blind on this. Sample 1. So that's 4 so far. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he really spared no expense. It's like Christmas time over here opening this stuff up. Sample 5. Believe me, it's sealed. I wonder if it's sterile, and that was the general idea. I don't know. So let me put that in there. Let me see. Because I know we talked a couple of weeks ago, and he was asking me all kinds of questions about different things. And so I'm sure that's what he did. He was filling, because he literally was filling bottles when we were chatting. Sample 8. Well, at least I know he can certainly count. Here we go. Here goes another one. It is like Christmas opening all this stuff up. Ooh, that's kind of light colored. Sample 7. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. And I'm not going to jinx myself. I'm not going to say it, but yeah. Sample 6. So 8 different samples. Let me just make sure. Yep. Got that. All right. I'm going to have to text him. I'm not going to open this. I'm going to have to ask him, am I supposed to rate all of them in one sitting and then open this? I don't know. So I'm not going to open this. I'll send him a text and see what he has to say. He's going to be here all week, and we may meet up towards this coming weekend before he takes off, because he actually has some family here. So he'll be visiting with them the latter part of the week and have more free time. So, always here, it's a little business, which I understand, but I'm going to wait because he sealed this up. It's not like I could just open it and go, oh, and so, yeah. So I'm going to wait, but 8 individual samples. I mean, and it's not the first time you guys have done something like that for me out of the blue, and these things, just as you're here, appear. Extremely generous, and I am honored that you think of me that way to share your whiskey like that with me. Just like you, I am passionate over it. I do enjoy it. I enjoy drinking it, of course, but I really do enjoy the whiskey for the craft that went into not only distilling it, aging it, blending it, and then bottling it for our consumption. It truly is an art and a good craft. And we all know there's some absolutely fabulous whiskey out there, and then some that's like, oh, shit. Bottom line, it's just not. But, it's just, it really is terrific that you all support me, like you do, and take the time out of your day to spend some of it with me here, listen to me beat my gums and talk about whiskey. It's really great. It truly is, and I've said this before. Really great, but Jonathan was something else. It was just so nice just to sit there and for drinking coffee, having breakfast in a restaurant that was a few miles from my house. I say a few miles, maybe 5 miles. I mean, but just to sit there and chat like old friends, honestly, just, yeah, of course we talked whiskey, um, it was just wonderful and truly, and I'm not the one that said this. Gert just actually even just said this because I saw it pop up. It is a great community. It truly is a great community. Not only do we come together to talk about this wonderful juice, but we come together when somebody needs something. And that's it. We don't forget. We're a small group of people. We truly are. None of us are made of money. We all go to work every day. We do our thing. But what's really nice is that we are a community. We are a group of people. We are caring people. We truly enjoy each other's company, and the mutual bond is this whiskey that brought us all together here. And sometimes people think all these guys do is just sit on YouTube, drink whiskey, and bullshit. Yeah, that's what I tell them. Yeah, pretty much. But I also say this: you won't find a better group of people around YouTube than that's right here, and not just on this channel. Okay, honestly, it is some of the best people around, bar none, that show up here and show up on other sorry, channels. I'm going to use Gert as an example. I mean, have you guys looked up Whiskey Lover Society? And if you're not, you need to. The man's on fire. What about Bad X Bobby, Bad X Bourbon? Look at him tearing it up, on YouTube and Instagram and things of that nature. I mean, truthfully, they're making content out there that is absolutely great. I'm not into that. I'm into the live bullshit. No pun intended on that bullshit part, but you know, I have made a few things, but you know what? I even have stuff sitting here that I've made over the last 2 years. It's just like, eh, I would rather talk to you right now, right here, and let's talk whiskey, whatever the case may be. But really, I appreciate you all. I thank you all for your generosity, the time that you spend to just coming here. I know I've said this over and over again, but it's from my heart. I mean it. This is all these samples, and I mean they're in front of me, they're behind me. You can see them up there. I mean, look at this stuff. It's just there. This is absolutely terrific. It truly is amazing, and I can't say thank you or how appreciative I am of these gestures and just showing up here just to say hi. Truthfully great. And I pick on Greg a lot, but it's because I can and who his great grandson is. I didn't even mention that shit, but being that you did, yep, it's where it belongs, on the floor in the back corner there at the bottom of the shelf. What is it behind? Oh, behind some few bourbon. I think that's the one it is. Let me look over here. Yeah, I think that is because I really like the rye better in the few. So that's why it's down there too. But yeah, no Long Branch. Absolutely no Long Branch. Yeah, I did go to liquor lineup, Chris, but not with him because he went back to start the conference that he was in. He wasn't worried about being a little bit late for the opening ceremonies, let's say. But I was at liquor lineup, and they got a Lux Row in like 5 days ago, and it flew off the shelf. So I didn't actually get a bottle. However, I did manage to get about 2 fingers of it. Holy smokes. Was that thing so darn good? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But anyway, yeah. So I may meet up with him, Chris, at some time later on in the week. Like I said, he'll be visiting some family and spending time with them, but he really wants to try to get together one evening, either on his side of town, which is literally, I'm on the north end and he's literally going to be on the south end. So about a 30-mile drive from here to there, depending upon what his family has in store for him when he's here. Because, when you're here and visiting family, it never goes how you think it's going to go. Believe me, I know that. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see how it all pans out here over time. That's for sure. We'll see. So let's me get back here into the chat because I saw some things going over. That was liquor lineup 2. I was at that store waiting for it to open for allocated bottles. You're right. I streamed from there that particular event, and the line was through the parking lot, like 3 shops over to get in there. It was redonkulous to do that. Redonkulous. That's for sure. Yeah, truthfully, it is. Misfits. Well, I'm so glad that you say that, Bourbon Baller, because I always tell people I'm not a connoisseur. I'm more of a commensor. Okay, I, I know what I like, just like you all, but I don't cast judgment. Although I may laugh at you because you drink Long Branch, but hey, if you like it, you like it. That's all I can say. If you like it, you like it. Hold on, let me scroll down here because I did see Mr. There we go. What's up, Mr. Reynolds? Cheers, man. Really appreciate you popping in and smashing that like button. And there he is. I knew you'd be in here. You were on Stacy's channel, and I said, "Oh, yeah, he's still alive after hanging out on Ken's channel." But cheers, Dustin. Thank you for popping in, really. And anyway, enough of that. I need to have another sip of this since Mr. Morgan wanted this. So, Mr. Morgan, cheers, brother. Little bourbon, cheese barrel bourbon, New Year's 2023. Like I said, damn it, I don't get the Dickel minerality in here, but I damn well know there's Tennessee whiskey in here. The primary ingredient is listed first, and it's strictly my opinion. Mm. Mm. Gosh, we all say this. When you get good whiskey, you really like to savor it, and particularly on the finish when it comes back like this does. Yeah, it's a little higher proof, so it makes you stop and pause a moment. But man, the mouth feel on this, the sweetness with that little, I always say that grab of the rye spice. God, I think that's amazing. I really do think that's amazing. Telegalo and I have not been able to locate a bottle of Jack Daniels. Well, there's probably a damn good reason for that. People down there know that it ain't worth a pot to piss in, but who knows what may turn up by September, dude. It's all right. I actually saw him last weekend. I didn't see him today, but I did see him last weekend, and he brought a bottle in. Of course, he said, "You have to try this." And that's usually how it goes when I walk in there. They bring stuff out from the back. They bring stuff out from under the counter, or they go back into the office and, "Oh, you got to try this. You got to try this. You got to try this." Because some of the, as you know, the shop people there have their own personal stash in there of personal bottles that they have had purchased. And so when I walk in there, it's like, oh, you got to try this. You got to try this. Oh, I've got something for you. And so that's how I got the Lux Row today. And then last week, I'm trying to remember what he had. From Nellis Air Force Base, which is a U.S. Air Force Base just down the road. When I say down the road, probably about 10 miles from me. At the BX there, they do picks. And somebody from the base brought one for the shop or the store people that work there to have and try. He bought it for them, brought it up, and gave them the bottle. Well, last week when I walked in, pretty much everybody in there, oh, you got to try this, Anthony. You got to try this. And the name popped out in my head, and I thought I took a picture of it, but I didn't. I should have. But, ooh, it's like 116 proof. Just was really, really good, but you can only get it on base. However, I really want one. I got my connections, but it was good. I liked it. If it was there right then, I probably would have picked one up. But I don't know. I'm just saying that just how it goes every time I walk into that shop. It's terrible. Terrible. It's probably Dickel, but the Tennessee part of the blend may be Tennessee distilling unless there is a distinct mineral taste. That is definitely Dickel. Yeah, I don't, it's just funny. I don't really get it. Sometimes I think it's there, Greg, really, like as I'm sipping it now, sometimes I think it's there, but it goes away. It doesn't linger like the regular George Dickel does. But no, I don't taste it here, but I'm not leaving the possibility out that it is or does contain Dickel juice. But at this particular point, as long as it tastes good, there are no shits given. Really good. Truthfully, really, really good. So let me take care of another minor housekeeping issue here real quick. Oops, got to pay attention to what I'm doing. That is the biggest thing. Pay attention. Here we go. Bam. All right. There we go. I've just put the link in chat. As soon as it moves, I can pin it, but where it's at, I cannot. Yeah. You know what? There is a Dickel. I got it. I don't have it anymore because I bought that early in my bourbon/whiskey journey and learned. But I do have a Dickel here that is synonymous with it, but I don't get it. It's the shit. It's there. I'm gonna have to maybe next week when I do the stream, I'll actually pull that bottle out and do a pour because it's one that I don't feel is horrible or have that taste to it. And yes, and the first time I heard the Flintstone vitamin thing on Dickel, I think it was from Matt Porter at ADHD Whiskey when he called that Flintstone vitamin note. And I'm sure others have used the same thing, but I do believe he was the first one that I heard use that term on there. So, but I just don't like the minerality. I can't say if it tastes like a Flintstone chewable, but I got it because as a kid, I've had quite a few of those because I used to think they were good, and I would, if my mom wasn't looking, I would take a good handful of those things and chomp them down like candy. But yeah, I don't do that now. That's for sure. You know what, Bill? I forgot about that. I haven't heard it a lot, but I have heard that thing about the baby aspirin. Wow. That's a flashback for me. I did. I hear more Flintstone chewable vitamins than anything or just plain minerality in the thing. Thank you for putting that in chat there like that. And welcome, sir. Appreciate you popping in here to say hi and smashing that like button. Let me bring Z-Man on here. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Nothing. Just had a good day visiting with Jonathan. It was really nice to actually meet him and just have a great conversation over a meal.
Right on.
Great conversation over a meal. You missed my comment earlier advising that I'm going to bring you a sample of Balcones triple cherry cask pick to try. I'm not big on other Balcones, but Lil and I love it. Okay, that's fine.
That's
fine with me, brother. Bring it, because if you're bringing it, okay. But you know me and Balcones, it's all. Yeah, it's as bad as Long Branch in my opinion. But
the other comment Chris did was he's never had Flintstone vitamins. So
well,
he doesn't know
when you're here, you can get a bottle of them and try it.
So they are like they're like candy, though, you know.
As mothballs in your grandmother's attic. Wow. Now there is a memory that, yeah, I can actually understand that.
Well, Grandma had
a lot of places don't have attics anymore.
Well, and Grandma had cedar.
We did too.
So you always had that smell always in the house.
That cedar lining. They had cedar lining in the house, especially built in the 20s and 30s.
Yes, sir.
They put that in there, and that was normal. Nowadays, you're going to pay big bucks for a cedar lined closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
The unsung heroes of Tennessee. The 11-year bottle and bond is just lovely bourbon. Okay, I think that's what it is. Dustin, that's what I said. I haven't touched it in forever and a day, but I know it's on the shelf somewhere. And literally, I haven't set eyes on it in 2 years or more. But I know it's there. That's the only one that I liked, and that was one of the first bottles I got because it was blue and white.
Yeah,
and it attracted me to it.
Yeah, I just had regular Dickel, and I got the Tabasco. Oh God!
You keep that Dickel Tabasco. Yeah, I've seen that.
Anthony, it's $7 a bottle out here. $7.
Well, hey, dude, you drink it because somebody's got to do it because no one else wants to.
I thought it was okay, and then I was on a stream within the last year, and
you pulled it out here not too long ago, and actually had some, and your face didn't look too good afterwards.
No, you gotta wash it down with some good water or something to get rid of it.
Or some good whiskey.
I have a bottle of Long Branch, and it's 2 years old. It sits in the bar, and I have not tasted it in a while.
Don't do it. Trust me.
I love the celebrity that's hooked up with it, and I love the whole story of.
It's a story, exactly.
Well,
but that story isn't part of the bottle now. Well, that has done since separated.
Well, you do know that him and the Russells were kind of like working with each other.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And he's calling out not Jimmy, but it's
naphthalene.
Yeah. Good water means Coors Life. Anyway, yeah, the story to how they created it is actually pretty good.
It is, but it's a story. That's the way I look at it. And to me, the story does not have a good ending with that bottle. That bottle is shit. Absolute shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry, people. Don't get me off on that Long Branch.
And it's a turkey product.
And that's true. That's true.
How many turkey products have you had that were just not so good? Me? Yeah, zero.
Yeah. Coors Light now isn't even good water. That's for sure. It isn't even good water. Now, Miller Lite, yeah. But, John, I drink these champagne beers. That's it. Once you see that on the label, you got the best.
My buddy I hang out with, he's a Coors Light fan. So my thing to everybody out there, my favorite flavor is cold. So serve it up any way you want.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drink hoppy beers. I'll drink, whatever's out there. It don't matter. I just picked these because it's $20 for 30 pack.
Yeah, and it's
The
good. It's good. Well, when I say the champagne of beers, John knows I'm talking about Miller High Life.
Yeah, Miller High Life. Yeah,
yeah, I love it. I love it. I mean, that was a staple when I was really on my everyday beer. I'd go and get a case of that, and I was good for the week or so, and have a bottle or two a day. Yeah, well, that was great. Sometimes 4 or 5 on the weekends. It's the weekend. It to me was just a really, really good beer. And then my favorite was Miller Lite, as in if I wanted something just less filling with great taste. What the heck? But
yeah, John's right. Cold and free, always good.
yeah.
I had a buddy of mine. The dude was 6'5", 260 pounds. I'm like 6 foot back then, probably 200 pounds. Now I'm like 260. But he always looked like my bodyguard. We were sitting on the hood of his car at 3 o'clock in the morning in the front yard. My younger days, I told you. And he had oxidation all over the car, and we had a 12 pack of Blatz. And I told him, I said, "You want to try this shit out in the car?" And he goes, "Yeah, it might work." We actually deoxidized the whole fucking car with Blatz beer.
Oh, Blatz can do it.
I don't know what that does. I don't know what it does to your stomach, but that car looked nice when we were done. And
I bet it did.
We watched the sun come
right down to the metal. Yes, Sugar Kitty, it is a technical term. Yes. Absolutely. I always need baller picks in my life. Yes. And I have been blessed through this last year with a few of them of those picks. People have, when they're here, have dropped me off a sample. They hand delivered it. And wow. And I will say his picks are different than other picks. I will admit, and it's not hyperbole by any means. It's true. He has some damn good picks. Damn good picks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I did John Crayons, I did a brake job on a buddy's car for a 12 pack of Meisterbrow. And that Meisterbrow, when it's cold, it tastes like Budweiser. And I was not legal drinking age. I was probably 16. And I had that car in my driveway. And of course, my mom's like, "What are you doing?" And I go, "He just wants me to do the brakes real quick." And I had that 12 pack of Meisterbrow on the ground. And she looks at me and she goes, "What did he pay you?" And I said, "You're looking at it." So, and she goes, "Okay." And she went back in the house. She didn't care. Because she pushed me into the automotive stuff. She wanted me to be able to work on
Meisterbrow. Oh my gosh.
Dude, it's delicious when it's cold.
Wow.
I don't think it exists anymore.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Who didn't have that in college? That Genesee Cream Ale, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Olympia.
Hams.
I don't know if Hams was it Hootapole?
Hams was with the little polar bear.
Yeah.
And then you had Colt 45. I had a buddy.
Yes, Mickey's Big Mouth. Oh,
Yes.
we could go on and on about that.
Yes, sir.
Them little barrels, the Mickeys.
Yeah, the Mickey's barrels. That's what they call them, the Mickey's Big Mouths.
Yep. The little green barrels. Oh, geez, they were cheap
and delicious.
And you didn't need a lot of them, and you were smiling.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine when I was growing up that his dad had a bar. So he'd invite me over when his parents were gone, and we'd sit there with Colt 45 and drinking that shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Malt liquor. That's it. His liquor's quicker. That's for Sugar Kitty. Yes. Schlitz. Oh, yeah. My God. You go to the VFW, you go to the Crow Club, the Dago Club, the Polish Club. There was a neon sign for Schlitz, Stroh's, Blatz, and of course Pittsburgh. Iron City. Yeah, that was it. But I could remember the Schlitz signs in the window as you walk down Main Street in the town I grew up in.
Oh, you're a Steelers fan. Have I shown you the can I got of Iron City Brewery?
From the Super Bowls.
Yes.
Yep. I used to have them, and I don't know what happened to them, but they weren't folded yet into a can.
No, I have it in the can. And
I know. I had them in the can.
They made an R-rated thing where you put it out. The guys.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That's right. It's a Family Channel now.
Yes. Okay. Yep. But it's because it has the whole team on the front of the can. And I told you my dad was a Steelers fan, so.
Yeah. So I used to have those. I wish I knew what happened to some of those, because those were steel cans. And the thing was, if you were a real collector, and when I was a kid, I actually did collect beer cans. And I had a heck of a collection, but I just can't remember what happened to it. But I remember the cans from the 70s, Iron City, that had the Super Bowl champ Steelers on it. Then I actually had a couple that weren't molded into cans. They were just the metal.
Oh, really?
Yep, just the metal. Yep,
wow.
They weren't made into cans yet. So you could put that in a frame and hang it up. But as a kid, what the hell did I know?
Yeah, you don't know. Well, yep. I bought my stuff after the fact, because I have like when you put your TV in an entertainment center, it's in the center, and you got two towers going up. I have an all oak cabinet that's like that, and on the side there's places where you can stick your collectibles, and that's where mine is at. So it's always in there.
Schaefer's. Damn, I forgot about that. And I know we've talked about it on other streams. Yeah, Schaefer's was one. That's for sure. Now, Old Bohemian, I don't remember that, but there was another big brewery in Pittsburgh called Old Duquesne, or Duquesne Beer. Of course, Duquesne is a city in Pittsburgh, but that's not where the brewery was, if I remember correctly. But anyway, yeah, that was a huge thing. And I think they were 16-ounce bottles too. I could remember seeing it. Hey, Marty, cheers, man. Thanks for popping in to smash that like button and say hello.
Cheers, Marty.
Nice of you.
Everybody in chat, hit the like button. We got 24 in here and 4 freaking likes.
There we go. That's perfect. I'm doing good then. But oh yeah. Yep. Well, I'm glad James recommended this whiskey. He talked about the Dovetail today, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got barrel. So this was a good little taste here. You know, I wasn't sure if I was in the mood today. I know that's going to sound weird, but in the mood for any whiskey. But when he mentioned that Dovetail, and then of course I'm like, oh yes. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm in the mood.
Whiskey with your friends always good.
Mm-hmm. Or a chorizo omelet with jalapenos. That was good too today. Yep. That was good too today.
Well, I ordered. We got Filiberto's out here, which is a Mexican place, and it's what the hell was it? It was a burrito, a quesadilla, beans, rice.
Oh, cheers, Doug.
It was delicious.
Oh yeah, they're always good. They are always good.
The carne I saved. Now you got 21 likes. Good for you, brother. I reloaded the page.
Oh, that's good. All right, who else popped? I see something else there. Oh, yes, here we go. Oh, Wild Turkey 101, Maker's Mark 46.
Do you like regular Maker's Mark?
It's all right. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a thing toward it. I actually have some somewhere, but I've never opened it.
I don't like it. The Maker's Mark 46 is what I like. And
yeah, I got regular Maker's Mark. I know I've got 46. I got 46 cast strength. Hell, I haven't even opened that yet.
And I've had several different versions of Maker's Mark 46 cast strength, and I love them all. They're just delicious. The great weeders.
Oh, boy, they get pretty. So that seagrass, they came out with barrel seagrass, and then they had one that was, I don't know if it was 20 years old. I can't remember, but it was definitely almost double, if not 3 times the price of the seagrass. I think the seagrass was right around, let's just say $75. Well, I actually tried the regular seagrass. And then they came in with this seagrass that was in the box, and the great presentation, opened it up, and someone said, "Oh man, this is great." I think they paid like $250 for it. All right. And I thought, what the hell? And he says, "Yeah, you got to try this. It's phenomenal." Well, I tried it. I didn't have the heart to tell him that I didn't really quite like it. It wasn't horrid. The guy spent a lot of money on it, and he was prouder than a peacock in heat.
But some
and it just was one of those things where, yeah, it was good, but I certainly wouldn't spend that money. And of course, it was FOMO. In my opinion, it was FOMO.
Okay.
And he didn't want to miss out. And he got it. I want to say he was in California when he found it and brought it. And it was nice for him to share it. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And so I didn't, go, dude, are you crazy for spending that money on that when this is just as good for $75? But I didn't even want to buy it at $75 for the regular I call shelfer.
Right.
I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was, blow your socks off good. Yeah.
No, most of us sharing with our friends, we're not going to we don't want to be the downer, the bottle.
Exactly. There was no need to. It was a free, drink. What the hell? I'm going to take it. And I just told him, I go, yeah, it's good. But I admit it. I go, it's just not quite my cup of tea. But I said, it's one of those that I think, and it's true. Maybe if I had it to where I could drink a dram or two out of it to get it to the shoulder and just cork it, put it back on the shelf and let it set for a few weeks, a few months, and then, go back to it and see how it opened up and matured. Well, last week I opened up the Lagavulin 10 because I got the sherry, and I did a pour of it. Well, I did like a pour and a half of it, and I put the cork on it and didn't touch it all week long. And I opened it up. Was it Friday night and took a pour? Yeah, Friday night I had a pour. That just 7 days in the bottle, just a little air on there, just did that thing some wonders. And then, of course, Saturday night I had like 3 pours of it. And oh my goodness, it was a true delight. Sorry, just thinking about it, you salivate over that stuff. Cheers, Richie. Thanks for coming over, saying hi, smashing that like button, and putting up with us for a minute.
I just cracked this hot garbage.
Oh yeah,
some of these.
Everybody's got that hot garbage.
Yeah, but when I pulled the fucking cork off, it like flew into my hand, and I'm like, what the hell? And I bought it from a company that delivered it to my house.
Oh my gosh, damn them! Well, thank goodness you have a wine opener.
Yeah, well, it's just,
yeah,
it's just delish.
Hey, you like what you like, and it's 25.
Well, they're not all like that. This one here, it's cherry all day.
They're not. Absolutely right. They are not. They are not all like it.
I use drizzly.com for delivery, and they're closing their doors the end of March.
Why?
Uber bought them out.
Oh.
Yeah. Can you sell money to get your shit to your door? I can. Will I pay it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Will I like it? No, but I don't want to drive. And do I want to pay $15,000 to a court for a DUI, or do I want to get a Uber Eat or Uber?
There you go. Yeah.
So.
Exactly. No.
All my friends, because I've sat out there in the driveway with friends. I work on cars and the shop outside all the time, and we buy 12 packs or whatever the fuck you want, and just sit out there and drink beer and hang out. But
yeah, it's not worth it. Nope, you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
But it's just sad because and then I seen in chat because I made the same comment because they're using Drizzly for allocated bottles. because I got a E.H. Taylor small batch for $140. You know, that's cheap. No, but you can get some bottles that you can't find elsewhere, and that's the disadvantage to doing what they're doing. So, and my store is gonna make me just go in there and ask them, "Do you got any?" You know, I like Eagle Rare. Or I like small batch. I don't go after the bigger ones. All the rest of the BTAC, they can eat shit.
Hey Richie, yeah, I everyone's telling me about that particular one, the James E. Pepper. I haven't seen it hit here in Vegas yet, but I've got my nose down.
Let me
But
grab a beer. Hold on.
go ahead, take your time. Anyway, yeah, I'm eyeballing that for sure because everyone's telling me. All right, Sugar Kitty. Cheers, man. Yeah, it's got to be almost what is it, 8:30 your time? Yeah, I understand. The cats are probably looking at you. Excuse me. Let's go. It's that time. I understand. I understand. So cheers, man. Thank you for popping in here. Appreciate it. But all right. Well, you know what? I'm going to pour this next little hint of barrel here. And like I was saying, this thing definitely is a unicorn, and it is no more. And God, I wish I could ever find another one, but this was only made for one place, and that's it. And I haven't pulled the cork on this in a minute, but I'm gonna pull it now and just do a little drop in here. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is one of those ones that you say, I'm just going to pour one, but then you just go, well, I'm just going to pour a little more. I'm just going to pour a little more, and then next thing you know, you're down here. So I will literally put this one on the back of the shelf at some point, so I don't keep reaching for it.
That's the barrel.
That's the barrel, but this was a pick from 2016 that they lost a case and just got lost in the shuffle, and they just brought it back out last year because the guy I know found it, and like I said, he saw me and he just grabbed the bottle and came right over and put it in my hand and just said, walk up front and buy this now. You know, and if I would have known, I'd have picked up another one, but I didn't ask questions. I paid my $80-some for the bottle, and I just kept going because he just said, you have to buy this now. And I'm like, okay. And boy, is it so good.
Good.
Oh, you know, it's funny. This has just a little bit of that malty goodness, like I get a sweetbread note out of scotch. This just has just a little bit of that. I catch that on the nose. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, go ahead, pour one of those. They're good. Mr. Morgan is the one that got me started on it tonight. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was going to maybe grab a Chateau de la Bargue from Birdstown. I think that's what it was. One of those. It's one of those limited special releases that I have sitting up there that I just haven't touched it in a minute. I always pronounce the name wrong, but I remember I got it. But I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Well, you know, you're like us. You have more than one bottle, and you have some that you know are damn good, and you might not be able to get another one, or it's a little more than you want to pay on a regular basis. So you fight the urge to go through that in a few weeks or a month or whatever the case may be. So you push that thing back, you push it back, and put a couple of other things in front of it that are good, that you go, oh yeah, this is good. Oh yeah, that's good. That's more affordable and more available than stuff like this.
Yep. That's what a daily sipper should be. More affordable, more available. And I took Wild Turkey 101. I stashed that in the closet. I don't drink a lot of it because the early times Bull and Bond, the Benchmark, Bonded, and the Buffalo Trace, I can get a hold of those a lot easier. But I have to deal with the way, like we talked about with stores, and you said that people kind of stash shit in the back. My store did some Elijah Cook barrel proofs that were the B. What do I want to say? B. I know it's C920, so it must be B920. And I got a couple of those bottles. They're not open, and they're delish. But they were bringing them out, and they're dusty, and they're sticking them on the fucking shelf. And I'm like, where'd these come from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, this is good. I mean, it's funny. I'm getting almost like a roasted almond note with I'm trying to kind of put my finger on it, but roasted. There is like an almond or a nut type of note on the finish with some type of other rich baking spice. Man, it's intriguing.
Cheers, Chris.
But yet really good on the retro hail.
Well, it's the mash it now. They stick it in the cask,
I don't know, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm good with the way it is. How are you, Chris?
Good, Anthony.
What time is it?
Just finished a coffee, so.
Yeah. Well, when I first saw that, I was going to say, well, that's a huge ogre chalice, but it's water. Yeah. That's a huge ogre chalice, but it's water.
I just need you to do me a Bourbon Neophyte ogre chalice, because the coffee mug you gave me last year was just slightly too small for that first
you have to make a few trips with that. But yeah, yeah, it's all right. It's not a true ogre chalice, but it's not a small mug. Yeah,
it's not a small.
I can't go for those 6 and 8 ounce little coffee mugs, and you hold your little pinky up when you drink it. I need it. I want to hold on to it, and I want at least 10, 12 ounces in there. I don't want to keep going back and forth every other sip to the pot now. Yeah, totally get it, Chris. We're on the same page.
So we need to sit down soon between the two of us and figure out what samples of Australian whiskey you want me to bring over.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Hey, I you know what I'm going to say? Pick a couple and surprise me. Yeah. As long as it's not
I've got Old Kempton distillery from Tasmania. We've got Belgrove. We've got Hellfire. I've got some Lark.
We were talking about Tasmania today. Ken was.
Yep.
And yeah, we're talking about that today. I don't know how it came up. Oh, the weather, snow, and things of that nature, and the difference between Ken and the rest of Australia. Yeah. Anyway, I was like, yeah, where did Tasmania come from? I was talking about that.
Well, Ken's in basically the oven, whereas I'm in the sauna. So
yeah, he's north, you're south.
No, I'm actually a little bit more north than him, but on the east coast, and he's a little bit lower than me, but on the west coast. So his weather is.
I thought it was the other.
No. Okay. No. So we're all pretty close to being same directly across east-west, but he's in the oven and I'm in the sauna. So
yeah.
Got it. Hey, Mike, cheers, man. Yeah, I'm on early because I don't want to interfere with the festivities, so you can stream past 9 o'clock and just tear it up. I actually forgot to say something last week or text you this week. I just had a moment until I saw your thumbnail, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. That's this Sunday. So Dude, it's open wide. Just keep on going as long as the party's going.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't want to interfere, so keep on going. Really. But cheers, brother.
Yeah,
I'll be there after dinner.
Mike needs his beauty sleep still.
What's that?
Mike still needs his beauty sleep. So.
Oh, that's true. And like he'll tell you, he'd be sleeping a long time then. Yeah, you hear that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's just having fun till 10. Mm-hmm. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
10 o'clock what?
Exactly.
He gets me in trouble every fucking Monday morning. I swear to God.
Oh, I know.
So I'll actually have to bring you over some of the Starwood ginger beer cask, Anthony, because that is sensational.
Yes, I would like to try that. I don't like the taste of ginger beer. However, too many people have told me it really is different when it's in a whiskey. You know, that essence it gets out of there.
Yeah.
So, okay. I said, I'm not going to knock it. I'll give it.
You're not getting smashed with the ginger beer like you are with like a Kentucky Mule, but it's from brewed ginger beer, so alcoholic ginger beer casks. So, because we do a lot of alcoholic ginger beer over here now, so
that seems to be the thing, huh?
Oh yeah, as long as it's got alcohol in it, we'll do whatever we can with it over here. But
yeah.
So yeah, you can hide really bad whiskey with ginger beer cask.
Correct. And ginger is just great in a beer. It just is.
Well, like I said, a lot of people tell me that, and I've tried it.
Just ginger beer.
You're right, John. That's never.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use it.
Ginger beer and rum, dark and
Stormies or Kentucky Mules. You use a ginger beer, and
that's a good idea, actually.
Especially if you get the Bundaberg ginger beer from over here in Australia, which you can in Costco over in the States. It's probably one of the preferred ginger beers now over in the US with cocktail mixologists because it's a brewed ginger beer. So it's non-alcoholic, but it's brewed.
Yeah. Gotcha. Understood that. But see, what time is it?
6:38 Arizona.
About 20 minutes. We'll be ending the stream so we can get ready for live wire. And,
I just thought I'd drop in quickly and say hi because we've got to duck down the road in a few. So
yeah. So one of the topic was where I was going to actually ring you up on the mobile, but now that you're here, I was talking to Ken about it. About like you're allowed without getting taxed to bring like a cigar over, like a pack of cigarettes or up to 50 grams of tobacco without any trouble or paying any exorbitant tax. So, and then I said to Ken, I says, well, can you mail it to New Zealand? He goes, yeah. I said, but will they hold it up at any type of customs? And he said, yes, they could, and they usually will, but sometimes depending upon the package, how much they got and the size, if it throws up a flag, the tide is high as the moon is full. But he says we can mail it like a regular post.
Yeah, but it all depends with customs over here in New Zealand. If you're carrying it, you're fine. If it's being sent through the posts, they tend to be a little bit about it because you could have 10 different items in the post, all with a cigar in it. So you could, you'd wind up with 10 cigars and things. Yeah. But and that's where they tend to be a little bit. Depends on the person doing the processing, on the day, what they're looking for, and over here, tobacco's the big thing. I mean, they let more alcohol through these days without doing stuff, because the tobacco side of things is a big focus for health over here and everything. So, and its tax is actually higher than our alcohol tax. So I'm going to figure that out.
They want all of you to quit smoking, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just
that's what got this was his.
I would
but yeah, I could bring something back, and then I could take it to New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big thing to know, Anthony. They don't want
only,
anybody,
it's only a 3-hour flight. Well, it's a 2.5-hour flight from here to Auckland, where Faz is.
Okay. There's a guy I was talking to right around Christchurch, and and he was just talking about, like pipe tobacco in general, and he goes, for 50 grams, it might cost him $75 to $100.
Correct.
For that. And I'm like, of course, everyone's jaw dropped. And I said, no, that's not uncommon there or Australia. And
that's New Zealand. Both New Zealand and Australia are both the governments are trying to stop everyone smoking.
Well, I don't know if it was James that chimed in earlier. Is it not here on Kenstream? I can't remember if he was on there, but
yes, exactly, Ben.
In the UK, they're really starting to do that too, with that in general. Yeah. But also, you guys have a rule that once you're a certain age, so let's just say you're 18 now, you are okay. But if you're 18, just using this as an example, tomorrow you are going to be 18 by a certain time, you will never be able to purchase tobacco. Yep. You will never be able to purchase tobacco. So, like now, you can purchase it until they plant you in the ground. It doesn't as long as you really apply to you. But at a certain point in time, the kids now will not ever be able to once they become 18.
Yeah.
Will not be able to. No matter if they're 21, 31, 51. You will never, it will always be illegal for them.
I mean, to give you an idea, a pack of 25 cigarettes over here is 1.5 times the price of a fifth of Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, yeah. I saw prices on something. They were like $50, $75 for a pack.
And Wild Turkey 101 is about $58 to $65, I think, for a fifth of Wild Turkey 101 now.
Cheers, Vic. Good travels, man.
Yep.
He's leaving Nashville. But yeah, it was just something, because a lot of people over here don't know that, and particularly in the in some of the forums I'm on that talk about tobacco, whiskey, and things that you can't have that I keep in a safe, the different rules and so on and so forth. Their jaws were dropping. I said, no, that happened. Yep. It started back in the mid to late 90s and basically just kept going and going and going. And their big thing was Christchurch, when they had that big incident there that perpetuated the no guns, and I'm just using that thing. And then it just went from there. But yeah, they were just like, wow. Yeah, well, no, that's it. So, we got on that thing here, and it says there's a reason why we have it in our Constitution that says your right to keep and bear arms, and this is important, shall not be infringed.
Yes, sir.
You have the right to arm bears as well, whichever you choose.
Yeah.
So, but they were just aghast that you pay how much for a tin of tobacco, And you have to do what? And then they were like, what do you mean you can't talk to the tobacconist about the blend? Oh yeah,
and it's
I just sat there.
all behind shuttered doors.
Yeah.
All the packets look the exact same now. All that they've got is the name on them.
Yeah, but you should have seen the looks on their face because they just don't know that.
Buy anything for tobacco products in a shop.
Hey, so
yeah,
this was the funny thing. You know, Simon says we could kill somebody and get a less penalty than having one tobacco plant in our yard. She said, serious. It's like unbelievable. And then this is the other thing. You can't have one of these in your pocket.
No.
Nope.
You cannot have one of these in your pocket. Yeah. He said that will get you jammed up quicker than murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. True story. But I knew that. Yeah.
Well, that's where it's a worry when you pay more for a bottle of whiskey than you do for a traffic fine.
Exactly. Exactly.
Gotta fucking
exactly.
Because they want people out there to not smoke. That's
or drink or as Ben put it, it's
you're not gonna stop the liquor. I get the tobacco thing because
it just went up last month, and it's now $106 per alcoholic liter import duty.
Oh, really? And that's a tax, or what is that?
That's a tax. So it's about $41 now, roughly $42 for a fifth of 80 proof. That we pay in addition, tax.
Yeah. So a bottle would cost us 40, cost him 80, and it's tax.
Okay.
So like I'll buy, like I've got a shipment coming over next week of about 18 bottles, and that'll probably cost me around about the $1,400 in import duty.
Okay. So you grab. I don't really want to ask this because I don't want to know. Don't tell me the dollar amount, please. You're willing to pay whatever it is they want to get the stuff to you for your collection, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Yep.
Because you've got no choice. I mean, except for when we travel over, we bring back bottles.
Well, I don't. Chris, there's guys on here that want to know every nickel and dime that people are fucking paying for shit. To be honest with you, I think it's fucking rude. You pay what you want for what you got, and if the alcohol tax is that expensive and you want to throw it out there like you're doing, I appreciate that. Because I'm curious on that tax. And excuse me, I do know that like here in the States, in Washington State, those guys are fucking paying 120%, 180% tax on fucking bottles they get. And I'm paying 8.5% here in Arizona. And I don't care. I'll pay that all day. Don't care. But thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richie.
How else do you otherwise have it? So
yeah.
Or if you wait for somebody else to bring it in to buy it, you're then paying their profit margins on top of everything. So you're basically doubling the price of a bottle. I mean, E.H. Taylor small batch is a great example. You're lucky if you find it around here for $150 Australian on sale, but it's about $150 roughly, which Sazerac is charging in wholesale price, and yet it's $40 US retail a bottle.
I have not seen small batch here in Arizona for 50 in probably 2 or 3 years.
We get a small amount of it over here.
The last bottle I bought, and I will continue to buy it for $141. So I pay.
Yeah. The worst part is that Sazerac actually owns the importer over here.
Yeah.
And distributor, and so they get to triple dip. So they're buying it from the US at a wholesale rate from their distributor over there, and then they're putting a massive markup on it over here, even after all the taxes, and then selling it. So, I mean, what they sell a lot of stuff over here for wholesale, I can land it cheaper, paying all the taxes which I have to pay, than what a major importer does, because they actually get a discount on the tax because they've got an import license.
It is too, Richie. That's what I like about these two. They're very good sippers. I mean, I just wish I could get at least a backup of the bottle that I have now, but it's just not going to happen because it's not there.
Hey, Joe.
But yeah, they really are good sippers.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, cheers, man.
How are you, Yoda?
Oh, here we go. Mr. Rance.
You walking again, Yoda?
Cheers, Yoda.
All right, we got 9 minutes till live wire.
Yeah.
And the stag party of the year for Mr. Whiskey Shits. You definitely do not want to miss that. So,
yeah, we're going to duck down the road, but we'll join in on that a little bit later on when we get home.
Yeah, I'll pop in a little bit in the beginning, and then I'll get a little supper.
Yeah, he was on Nashville stream last night.
Yeah, I knew he was on, but I just got into a stupid Netflix and watching a series. And it's just like
we were doing that. We were like that as well last night. We were watching FBI Most Wanted.
Well, and I got on there too because Stanley was doing a bottle giveaway, and Scott Pigsley was in the hospital.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he went to the hospital. Remember how he was kind of like getting sick over the last fucking week?
Yeah.
He put himself in a hospital finally.
Wow.
Anybody know about him? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's doing all right. He was on there. He was talking.
Okay.
But I did entries for shit that Stanley was doing, and Pigley, but he won a couple bottles off of that.
Well, if anybody, if
I don't have a direct number to him, but
I like
if
Ben.
anybody has Scott's number, and you talk to him, just let him know I asked, and wish him well.
No worries, brother. He was in there, Anthony. But you never want to see somebody fucking,
Yes, it was, Joe. Yes, it was. Here we go.
Yeah, Mike put it in chat.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
I like Ben's comment, Anthony. Stag party. Gotcha. Good thing I poured hot garbage.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not doing stag.
Yeah, but you got to understand, if it's a stag party on Livewire, anything can happen, people.
No.
Anything can happen.
No.
So be prepared. You might need some bleach for your eyes, but just don't say I didn't warn you all, because I will say this: Mike Stahl is not responsible.
No, he never.
I don't mean he isn't responsible. He's not responsible for what happens on the stream. Let me clarify that a little more.
He is not serving alcohol to anyone.
No. No.
But
that's why when you go to Mike's place, you pour your own. He doesn't pour for you.
Right there. Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about responsible service of alcohol laws.
Mm-hmm. And cheers, Mark.
But
cheers,
I might throw a sample of that in for you too, Anthony.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
those bottles are so fucking sexy.
It's a batch 1 stag.
Yeah.
Junior.
Really? Yes,
yeah.
Please.
I found 3/4. I found 3/4 of a bottle up at my brother's when I cleaned at his house last month.
Really? Wow.
Because it was too hot for him.
Did you give that?
Yeah, I gave that to him back in 2014. It was too hot for him. I think I'm the one who drank most of that. So
I forgot you said that shit, Chris. I forgot you said that.
Well, hey. Wow. A batch 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he pulled some good stuff out of his brother's house. I remember them. You remember you saying that?
Yeah, but it was, the worst part of it is it was all stuff which I'd given him.
Dude,
except for Wild Turkey Masters Keep 1, which he had for me. So
when you told the news about him being sick and you were trying to, do your thing.
But it was good bringing some bottles back because there was a few bottles that I was getting low on, and it was good to bring back the ones which you hadn't opened of some of them.
Oh yeah, it's good to have that backup, or go, okay, at least now I've got one, and I remember how my bottle tasted.
Because
when I get
I've got a bottle of the Rare Breed non-chill filtered up there, which will never get opened.
I was just going to say that will definitely be an occasion bottle if it gets open.
No, well, that's one which was signed by Eddie and Bruce Russell when they were over here in November, directly to my brother. So it's got personalized to him.
Oh
so
yeah, no,
I'll probably never open that bottle.
If I ever have an instance to see Terry Bradshaw, I have batch 1, I think it is, of the bourbon that he has his name on. I've never opened it, never tried it, but I have it in a bourbon barrel that has a glass in front of it, and I have 2 Glens there, and I just threw it in there. I picked it up. I found it in Arizona, batch 1. So I bought it because it was batch 1. And like I said, if I ever have a thing where he's at, I will, hey, Terry, you've got to sign this. So that's what that one is for. I'll buy another one eventually if I really want to try it. I know it sounds bad, if I really want to try it. But
Anthony, he was so much fun to watch.
Oh, he still does interviews.
I had a Sports Illustrated cover. I'm a Dan Marino fan, so I have those hanging on the wall. I'm a Dolphins fan. But the fucking one thing he did, I wish I would have saved it, man. It was him on the artificial turf, and it was raining in Pittsburgh, and he slid, and he was like on a slip and slide. It was the best thing I ever saw. I was like, holy fucking shit. I'm sitting there watching it with my dad going. My dad looked at me and he goes, what the fuck was that? I'm like, I don't know what it was. Yeah. There's no replacement for dudes like that.
Sorry, Joe. What was that? What was that, Joe? What was...
But
anyway,
all right, people, it's about a minute until Live Wire. I appreciate everybody showing up. Remember, Richie posted it. Go over to Live Wire. Wish Adam a congratulations. Raise a toast to him, and say hi. Smash that like button when you go over there. Tell them I sent you, and not to charge you an entry fee.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I already know about that one.
Cheers, Richie.
I know about that brand, Donald, and yes, I am going to look for that. You're the second person to mention that to me, and I think it was Zen Bood who made mention of it, and I could be wrong, but he's the other coffee aficionado that I routinely have conversation with besides you. But yes, I am and will look for that because I hear it's just absolutely lovely.
Well, Lavazza does really good bean.
Yeah, it's here. I don't know if that is, but it is here.
Shut up, Joe. Get on my stream, fool.
Thank you, Richie. Appreciate it. All right, everybody. Look forward to seeing you guys again next week.
Right on, brother.
Cheers, everyone. Man. Have a good night. See you over at Livewire.
Right on, brother. Have a good week.
See y'all.